Don't forget to give us likes, leave your comments, share us to your friends, and also subscribe to our channels. We have YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook. Hi everyone, welcome back to Case Done Live, where we will bring you insights, update, and know-how so that you can empower your team with generative AI and AI in general. Today we are at episode 7 of our series, and we have quite an interesting list of topics to give you empower your team. The first one is Meta Llama 3, an open source model that has made a buzz in the last week. Now we are going to introduce you a tool called LM Studio. It will allow you to run an LLM locally on your laptop so that you can build your customer chatbot for yourself or your team as well. So that's the end goal. We are going to build a custom Llama 3 assistant so that you can use it in your company, at work, or your personal life as well. So let's get started. Here we go. So this is Llama 3. So we are going to summarize what has happened in April regarding Meta Llama 3 model. I have made a blog here. You can actually come to www.casedon.ai and you will get to see blogs, and this is one of our blogs. Meta Llama 3, what you need to know in April 2024. So the key takeaway is that Llama 3 is offered in two sizes, 8 billion parameters and 70 billion parameters. In the future, Meta will release 400 billion parameters model. It's the largest size for Llama 3, but for now, you have two sizes for open source models, 8 billion and 70 billion. Both of these sizes come with two versions of the model, pre-trained model and instruction fine-tuned model. Now, both of them are text-based models, meaning the input must be text and the output must be will be text for now. They are open source and you can get your hands on the models from the Hugging Face website. The context length right now is 8,000 tokens window. It's claimed to have good or great, I'm not sure if it's excellent, but just great capabilities in reasoning, code generation, instruction followings, and perhaps some math and science as well. Now the models are available on popular infrastructure like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and Hugging Face, and more to come in the future. Now with this release, Meta is actually presenting themselves to be for like safe and responsible AI. So yeah, this is what they trying to reshape their company's image. And this is a summary of these parameters versus versions and the token size. Maybe this is just a summary table. So for the 8 billion parameter, the knowledge cutoff is as of March 2023. That's like a year ago, right? For the 70 billion parameters, the knowledge cutoff is by December 2023. So yes, so they have fixed timely knowledge by the cutoff of the knowledge trained. Now, in terms of the performance, they claim to be the best open source language model, beating Gemini, and Claude 3. This is their claim. I'm not sure if it's true or not. By the way, if you are on top of the news, this claim is no longer valid. A model called Phi 3 from Microsoft seems to win all over these benchmarks. So Llama 3 perhaps is no longer the best open source model at all. Anyway, so in terms of what has been reported by the Meta team a week ago, Llama 3 instruct model performance was actually most likely better than Gemma and Mistral compared with the models of the same size. This one is for the 7 billion parameter ring of battles. So in terms of the benchmarks, we have MMRU, testing world knowledge, perhaps like history and science. GPQA, human eval is perhaps for general understanding. GSM is for science, and math is definitely for math. Very good performance, much better performance compared to Gemma and Mistral at the 8 billion parameter ring. But for the 70 billion parameter, they are roughly at the same level of Gemini Pro 1.5 and Claude 3 Sonnet. To be honest, the scores are not that different, and it seems like Gemini Pro is winning at the math task right here. So I would say it's a capable model, Meta Llama 3. It's free to use, honestly, and for small applications, applications that require little amount of memory or have limited memory, thus Meta Llama 3 8 billion parameter is a good option to select. So they actually claim that they have rated their model against other competitors, but they also claim that, okay, the public benchmarks might not be suitable or might not be reflecting what is actually going to see in real life. So they proceed to come up with their own dataset in order to compare the model. And this dataset comprised of about 1,800 prompts over 12 key use cases, ranging from giving advice, brainstorming, classification, question answering, coding, creative writing, extraction, inhabiting a character or persona, open question answering, reasoning, rewriting, and summarization. And with this, they are competing two models, Model A pitting against Model B, and they use human to rate which model wins over the other. This is similar to LMC's chatbot arena that we have covered extensively in our previous videos. So you can go there and check out what is the chatbot arena and what's the methodology there. Again, coming back to this, so Meta has come up with their own test case, a test data set, so that they can use human expert to select which model wins over which task. And this is the result that they presented in their technical blog. It seems like in all of the cases, Meta Llama 3 wins over Claude Sonnet, Mistral Medium, GPT 3.5, and even their own Meta Llama 3. Again, this is human evaluation on top of Meta's proprietary dataset. So take it with a grain of salt, even though the models win. By the way, this is 70 billion parameter size. Llama 3 wins over all these models, but again, this is their own proprietary dataset. What about the public test over this? So we can go to the LMC's chatbot arena as of April 27th. Llama 3 70 billion parameters ranked at number 6 on this open source chatbot battle arena over here, while the Llama 3 billion parameter is at number 15 on this rank. Not bad for the 70 parameters, 70 billion parameter to be within numbers top 10, given that it's an open source model that everyone can use. Now, this might not give you a quick understanding of where these models are grouped into. Llama 3 70 billion parameters are actually, to me, is a tier 2 class of models. It's not in the tier 1 yet. The tier 1 comprises of GPT 4 from OpenAI, Claude 3 Opus from Anthropic, and the Gemini 1.5 Pro from the Google. This is a 70B parameter. Llama 3 is a tier 2 in my definition. And this is a tier 3. And you can find the Llama 3 8 billion parameter there. Yeah, this is about it. This is about the performance. I think it's a capable model for you to use to develop your own application because it's an open source. Now, let's get a little bit deeper into the technical information of this technical blog. Llama 3 is trained over, what is it, 15 trillion tokens of dataset. This is huge. And it's actually said that it's about 7 times larger than the dataset they used to train Llama 2. Now, out of these 15 trillion tokens, 5 of them is non-English. High quality sources, non-English, over 30 languages. I don't think it's evenly distributed, but yeah, again, 5% of these training tokens are non-English. Yes, so my friends have tried it to talk to Llama 3 in Thai language. It understands, but it can only respond or give an output in English. So yeah, that's what it is. Now, the dataset is claimed to use only publicly available data. This is just what they claim. In order to do training, they have implemented a series of data filtering pipelines, and they claim that this is one of the most crucial steps to squeeze the performance from out of Llama 3. And these pipelines include something like heuristic filters, NSFW filters, semantic deduplication approach, and text classifiers to predict the data quality. And on that particular topic, text classifiers for quality, they actually use Llama 2 to classify whether the text is of high quality or not. So yeah, they are using their ecosystem of technologies to come up with a powerful Llama 3. So this is in terms of data preparation. In terms of training and model architecture itself, Llama 3 is an auto-regressive model based on a decoder-only transformers. They actually omit the encoder part. They found that this is the architecture suitable for this type of application. But if it's other applications, perhaps you need an encoder stack before the decoder stack as well. Go to like T5 or BERT models for this type of encoding, decoding architecture. But for most GPT types of applications like ChatGPT or Gemini, or even Llama 3 in this case, it's in decoder-only transformers. Now, the tokenizer that they use to train the Llama 3 model or to prepare tokens, the tokenizer is about 128,000 vocabulary in size. It's pretty big, but it's still efficient as well. In the report, they say that the tokenizer, this version reduces the number of tokens by about 15 or 20% compared to their previous tokenizers. So this tokenizer is more efficient. Llama 3 transformers also adopt what we call a group create attention of all the model sizes. So this helps the model understand the query or the context better. After pre-training, they also use a series or a combination of techniques to improve the model's instruction following performance. This includes supervised fine-tuning, rejection sampling, proximal policy optimization, and direct preference optimization, DPO. So these are all the techniques that they use to fine-tune the model after pre-training stage. This is a quote, "The quality of the prompts that are used in SFT and the preference rankings has an outsized influence on the performance of the aligned models." So pretty much it means the quality of the prompts. You need to have a very high quality prompts and samples so that, and also the preference ranking models so that the Llama 3 can perform really well. So they put an emphasis on that. So after they have trained, the model have seen about 15 trillion tokens. This is what we get today for Llama 3. Meta or Facebook went beyond just providing the models. They actually trying to establish themselves as a responsible and safe AI companies. So this is what they call a system approach. So they offer 3 things: Llama Guard 2, Code Shield, and CyberSec Eval 2, in which it comes up in a they come in a practice that will be shaping the LLM applications to be more safe and responsible. And you can find more detail here in their blog post. But essentially, these model will provide guardrails to get rid of harmful requests or harmful response, and also reduce hallucination as much as they can. In terms of licensing, this is an open source model, so you can actually use, reproduce, distribute, copy, create derivative works, and make modifications to Llama materials, including the Llama models. But also, go to read this carefully, and if you are going to make a commercial product out of this, it's probably a due diligence to have a lawyer look at this licensing practice as well. So after you make things ready to distribute or sell, make sure that you provide copy of this agreement, this Llama 3 license agreement. There you also need to display built with Meta Llama 3 on your website or your product page. Whatever it is, you need to put it there. You need to also include Llama 3 in the name of your AI models. Compared to Llama 2 license, this is great. Llama 3 allows you to use Llama 3 to, well, what is the word here? Allows you to use Llama 3's output to train or create another AI model. This is not the case in Llama 2. So yes, Llama 3 to me is more open. So that's all in all about the models offering that Meta has announced in the past week, and also the model's performance and licensing. Now in the future, what should we expect from Meta AI? We are expecting their largest model having a size of 400 billion parameters. So this is the performance of this model at checkpoint as of April 15 this year. So Meta Llama 3 400 billion parameter seems to be, in terms of instruct model, seems to be having a good, very high quality on the world knowledge. MMLU benchmark seems to be very, very good at knowing general knowledge from here. And wow, science is pretty good. Math is also pretty good as well. So yeah, I think what is the word here? I predict that Llama 3 400 billion parameters size will be appended to the tier 1 model in my definition right here. Also, we should expect longer context length for all the models, not just the 400 billion parameter. We should expect longer context length for the 8 billion and the 70 billion sizes as well. And their models should become multilingual and multi-model. This is what we expect. And also, the model should be available in more platforms, as many as you can think of in terms of the popular platforms. This is what we expect. Okay, this is the references that I summarized and presented to you guys today. Next one up, I'm just going to cover, I'm just going to cover quickly another open source model that seems to beat Meta Llama 3. So it's a Phi 3 from Microsoft. I just made a quick summary so that I can provide information to you guys, but I promise to update this page in the week, in the coming week. So Phi 3 has 3 versions. The mini version is only 4 billion parameter in size. They have 2 context length, 4K and 128K context length. See, 128K context length is possible with a small model. Therefore, the Meta Llama 3 model, 8 billion parameter, should be able to handle 128 context length window as well. Phi 3 mini is open source already. You can download it from the Hugging Face platform. The other 2 flavors of Phi 3 is about 70 billion parameters in size and 14 billion parameter in size. So this will actually be at the same weight with the Llama 3 8 billion instructs that we can actually compare these tools together. In terms of the performance, this mini version, by the way, this mini version, they haven't highlight. They means Microsoft highlight that this model can run on mobile phone, including iOS and Android. So this is probably going to be their sell point. This model is capable of being run locally on smartphones, whether it's an iOS or an Android. Now, this mini model is capable of world knowledge at about like 68 score on the MMLU benchmark, and the MT bench, the multi-turn bench, is at 8.3. It's not too bad. Essentially, it seems to be operating or performing at the level of Mistral 7 billion parameter and even Llama 3 8 billion parameter. So yeah, this is what Microsoft is boasting of. Now, this is the training details. The tokens that the Phi 3 mini has seen is about 3.3 trillion tokens, while the small and the medium has seen more tokens at about like 4.8 trillion tokens. In terms of alignment training stage, they use supervised fine-tuning and also the DPO, direct preference optimization. You can see that it's similar to what the Llama 3 team has done. But what is different is that they claim that Phi 3 has function calling, so it can potentially act as an agent. It will know what you need it to do, and then they will pick function or tools to use. Now, this is what they claim. I haven't tested myself, and it seems like the community hasn't found a way to actually test it extensively yet. So, in a week or so, I will come back to this function calling. My personal curiosity is, can I do function calling, or can I make a good agent with smaller models like Phi 3 mini or Llama 3 7 or 8 billion parameter? This is my quest for the next few weeks. Microsoft also wants to position itself as a safe and responsible AI company as well. So if you go through their technical blog, you will see what they mention about safety and responsibility. What I like is that they openly admit their weakness. So one of the weaknesses of the Phi 3 mini model is that they seems to be performing not so well on the trivia QA benchmark. And one of the reasons that the Microsoft team postulate is that because the model is small, it doesn't have a lot of the parameter, so it cannot remember the details of the world. Remember, trivia is details, right? Who did what in whatever year. It's just detail. It doesn't have like insight or anything. So smaller models, at least the 5.3 mini model, seems to have a limited capability in remembering these details. But to me, that's what I want. I want the model to be good at reasoning, so generalize the knowledge, know what to do in general, so that we can, as an application, we can provide details so that the model knows what to pick to do whatever task. That's what the smaller model should operate. And this image actually from the Microsoft website as well. It's providing quantitative scores against different benchmarks across different categories. And from quickly looking at this, so let's focus on 5.3 mini in the 4K territory, and you can see that it's performing compared to Llama 3. Instruct is not far behind at all. You see here, 80, it's not far behind. So if this is correct, it means Llama 3 models are no longer the best open source model. Anyway, what happened in the past week, how fast the other competitors in the industry will release more and more powerful models. Could be smaller models or larger models. What matters is your application will do. You know your pain, your business pain, and what your AI application will serve. And you'll go back to how to evaluate or how to hire your LLM for the right application. And we have covered this in our previous episodes when we talked about Chatbot Arena. Basically, how are you going to pick the model using using evaluation tools. Anyway, so that's for models updates for this week. So you have seen Llama 3 and 5.3 now. Both of them are open source and are now available on Hugging Face. So what we are going to do next is we are going to talk about LM Studio. LM Studio is an application. You can download it to your laptop. It allows you to quickly discover large language models or small language models for 5.3 mini and download it so that you can run it locally on your laptop. And when you have downloaded, you can have LM Studio start a server, a local server, to serve your large language model. And this is what we are going to do today. Now, the first thing is you go to LM Studio and download the application and you install it. So here it is. That's the website, lmstudio.ai. So yes, you come in here to this website, you download to whatever your laptop is running on. I am using M1, so yes, I can run LLM on my M1. This is actually empowered by the Llama 3 CPP project. So thank you very much, team. You make a community better. All right, so I assume that you have installed your app, and it's actually going to look like this. So when you launch your application, LM Studio right now is version 2 0.2.21, it's going to look like this. And you can search a model right here, but on the home page, you can already see models that you can download. So right on, click download for Llama 3 8 billion parameter instruct version. Just do it now. It would take about 5 minutes. And by the way, you also have other models that you can download and play with. Here is the stable code instruct 3B. I believe it was released. Let's see, can I see? It was released a few weeks ago. Sterling was about a few weeks ago too. Gemma 2 is right here. I have downloaded it. File 2 is here. And you know what? File 3 is here as well. So to search for file 3, you can just do this. Here we go. Microsoft File 3 Mini 4K version. Instruction training. So you download it. So you can download it here. I just download the queue for the quantization to Int4 to my laptop. It's only like 2.3 gigabyte in size. That's it, guys. So come here to this, search for the model you want, and download it. Now, you can also chat with your AI right here in LM Studio. Here we go. This is the AI chat section. Come to this tab, and then you can start with your chat. First thing is you need to select the model you want to chat with. So let's go with a small model like Gemma 2 billion parameter. So it's loading model to the memory, and you can start chatting. Here we go. This model is loaded, but before I chat with the model, so I'm going to walk you through the panel on the right. This is a preset, so I believe you can change the preset to change something. The collection of pre-made configuration files. I will leave it for now. I think this is advanced usage. For now, I think it's safe to select this Google Gemma Instruct in order to be paired with the model that you are using. So I'm using Gemma 2 billion parameter instruct, so I should use a preset that is suitable for Gemma. This is a system prompt. The system prompt is the first thing that you send to AI or you send to large language model in order to prime them to act in the way that you want. Usually it will be like adopting persona. You should be a friendly assistant. You should be answering in this way, blah blah blah. So you can learn about system prompt on the internet, but I think I'll make a free course about prompting engineering very soon. So for now, I'm going to skip the prompt system prompt section. Oh, I can just say that. Okay, you are a helpful and polite assistant. That's it. It can be as simple as that. Advanced configurations. You can toggle this advanced configuration over here. You can go see hardware settings. So I'm using M1, so I have this one. You can have inference parameter like the temperature. Temperature means creativity, right? The more temperature, the likely the AI will generate creative results. So if you want facts, just reduce it down. So maybe I would just reduce it to only 20%. Top case sampling. This is like sampling from top 40 tokens, and then you answer. Yeah. So these are the parameters that you can tweak so that you have the AI, the LLM, will perform differently. You can read more in here. I'm not going to dive in there today. So prompt format. So if you are actually going down to the low level code to send to the LLM API, this is the structure that you need. But luckily, LM Studio will handle everything for you. So you don't need to do that. But if you're an expert user, you can provide your custom prefix, something over here, prompt format. Initialization. This is where you can change the context length and the prompt evaluation batch size right here. But it actually, can I see it here? It doesn't have a model card so that I can see easily here. Anyway, so this is the context length. Gemma support up to about 8K, right? This is 8K token size. 8,000 context length. But this application, MLLM Studio, limits it to, right now the preset value is limited to about 2K. So you can actually change that number. So perhaps I want to increase it to 4,000 context length. Now I need to reload the model. See, after I change, I need to do that. I just click that, reload the model. There we go. Okay, where were we? So we were at the model initialization. You have this model inspector as well. Oh, right here, you can see the metadata of the models. This model is Gemma 2B instruction, architecture of a Gemma. Context length that this model can handle is this much. Embedding, we're talking about embedding later in the future, number of layers and so on. So these are the model parameters. You can see it over there. Context overflow policy. Basically, it's a way to handle what happens if now my message, including the chat history, is exceeding the maximum number of the tokens that the model can handle. So this model can handle about 8,000 tokens. But if you keep having a conversation with the bot and now it's approaching 8,000 and now it's exceeding, what are you going to do? This is your policy. There are three options here. You can stop it at the limit. You can keep the system prompt and the first user message and truncate the rest. Or you can maintain a rolling window and truncate past messages. Now you discard the first messages, first batches of tokens, and you move the window along. So you can choose which one you want and which one perform best in your application. But for now, I will just stick it with here. This is notes, auto-save notes. I haven't used it. So yeah, these are the right panels, the setting panels that you can tweak to your applications. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to ask it to help me prepare to cook a pizza. Let's do that. I want to cook pizza. Help me prepare. Remember, this is Gemma 2 billions parameter. Should be some good performance right here. Now, step 1, gather your ingredients. These are the ingredients: pizza dough, tomato sauce, cheese, favorite toppings. Good. Preheat the oven. Preheat the dough. This much. I honestly don't know. I haven't cooked pizza before, but it seems like asking this to Gemma 2 is not too bad. Now, like so many steps. That's why I haven't cooked it myself. Now, 7 steps already. Now, tips. Use high quality ingredients for the best results, of course. Don't overcook the pizza. Okay, sure. Alright, that's it. I think it has... Oh wait, maybe continue. Has it finished? Ah, it has finished. So I want to ask about favorite toppings. You mentioned toppings. Suggest me 10 items. It has memory built in. So if it doesn't have a memory, it will ask me, it will give me just some random answer, but not, it knows now that we are still talking about pizza. So basically, with LLM Studio, you can load your chosen model and you can chat with it. You have a memory with it, so you can carry a conversation. You can work. You can let it help you work. So these are the top 10 toppings that it can recommend me. Well, pineapple. Pineapple, seriously? Well, I personally like it, but I'm not sure about other people, especially Italians. Let me do this. Pineapple. Seriously? What in the... Whoa! Does it know culture? I'm not able to I'm not able to suggest pineapple as a topping, as it's not traditional pizza topping. Oh, good answer. I think our Italian answer. Anyway, let's move on. So we now know that you can have your chat over LM Studio. What if you want to build an application and ship it off to other people so that you can demo your application? Then what you need is to host your LLM, your chosen LLM from your laptop, and you build Gradio, and then you send your Gradio to other people. Here we go. So what we are going to do is we are going to eject the model. So I'm not going to use Gemma anymore. What I want to test is Meta Llama 3 instruct. So again, by the way, I have come to this tab. This is a local server tab. Allows you to configure and launch your server. On this right panel, you have a way to configure your server. I'm going to use a default port, 1234, very creative port number, and other configurations as is. Now this is going to support chat completion, embeddings, and models. So yeah, this is the endpoint that this API will support. Also, this is about embedding, but we are not going to touch over it today. You can explore it. Seems like the Nomic embedding model is a popular one. We can do that as well. All right. Hang on. On the right hand side, you still can configure your LLM, right? So let's load up Meta Llama 3 instruct here. This is a 7 billion parameter, but quantize it to int 4. Loading takes about 10 seconds or so. After you have loaded, you will see some output over here. There it is. So now the server is live. Before I move on to build my app, I am going to take a look at this. So let me just shrink that. So this is a system prompt for this Llama 3. You are a helpful, smart, kind, and efficient AI assistant. You always fulfill the user's request to the best of your ability. This is very generic. This works. Here we go. You have others that you can configure right here. Your model inspector, Llama 3, 8 billions, blah blah blah, is quantized to this much. The context length is this much. All right. So here we go. And a good thing is LM Studio actually provides you with some templates to help you get started with your application. This code is a Python code that will make sure if you copy and paste, it will have all the necessary parameters like the base URL, the endpoint that this application will need to connect to. It will have that information ready. You just need to copy and paste and adapt to your needs. In this video, we are going to make... So, by the way, this is a one-off chat. You send once back and that's it. But in this today demo, we are going to make an AI assistant. It will keep chatting with you until you quit. So we are going to do that in Visual Studio Code. So I have copied my code over here, and ahead of you guys, I have pasted in here. I just copy and paste, but also I need to make sure that I have a Python environment run and installed and run properly. So let me show you how it works. Now we are going to go through the code quickly and see what is happening here. So you import OpenAI class, and then you create a client. But now you point this client to your local API that you have set up with LM Studio. You do this by providing base URL, which is here. This is your local LLM hosted on your laptop. A history is a chat history that could happen before, but essentially this is how you are going to set up your system prompt, right? You have a history is a list of dictionary, and each dictionary corresponds to a row of the system and the content. This one is a system message, in which the message is, you are an intelligent system assistant. You always provide well-reasoned answers that are both correct and helpful. It might happen that you want to send a user. By the way, the LLM will only answer when you provide it with a user role and user content. So in this case, what is happening is that you are acting as a user. You ask, introduce yourself to someone opening this program for the first time, right? So when you send all of this, you will receive some response back, and the response is going to be that the LLM is explaining what it is. Anyway, so we are going to see that later on. Now, we are now entering the while loop, in which this is acting as a conversation, like a turn-based conversation, and we have to have an escape mechanics at some point, and it's actually here. This is an escape. If it's empty, we will get rid of this loop forever. Anyway, so within this loop, you are sending history to the server, which is now your Llama 3 hosted on your laptop, and the streaming is set to be true. So we are going to receive response token by token, and then we are going to print out. And this is the way to retrieve token by token and print it out. So let's just run that. Here we go. So right now it's handling all this thing. Nice to meet you. Look at that. So it's printing out right here. And if you go to what's the word here? LM Studio, you will see that it has received something as well. So yeah, the answer is keep coming in, but it's pretty long. Here we go. The chat history is that it starts with the system message, priming the AI to know what it needs to do. Then it has received this one, a user message, and that's why it's starting to say something, explaining itself, right? So now we are in the loop where it's waiting for our response. Now maybe I would say, help me do this math. 2 times 2 plus 1. It should be equal to 5, right? So here we go. It has received something. But where is it printing? Here we go. Easy one. The calculation is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So the answer is 5. If you go back to this, you can see that it has some response too. So basically, you can observe what is happening to your chatbot. Okay, the answer is done now. So in order to escape this loop, I can press escape to cancel. Now, so I'm out of this loop. So basically, when you launch the LM Studio, you open the server, local server, according to this. This is an easy code template that allows you to get starting with your application very, very quickly. So next, I'm going to build on this. I am going to show you how to I'll put this behind Gradio interface so that it's easier to handle, to do. Alright, so perhaps I will show you the non-streaming version first because it's easier. So again, I just copy and paste from before. This is setting up so that my application will talk to the locally hosted LLM on my laptop. And this is the same system prompt. I need this helper function. Basically, it receives an input from a user like me. It prepares a history to send it off to a client LLM, in which is this guy, right? And it will receive a message back, a completion. And I just extract the actual message from it. So let's run. Oh, I need to select the kernel. Here we go. So I'm going to run this. Define this function. Now I am going to say that, hello, introduce yourself to someone opening this program for the first time and be concise. By the way, note that I set stream to false. So I'm not going to get any response before the LLM finishes thinking the answer. And you can come here. You can see that now it's thinking out loud, one token at a time. And then after it has finished, it sent this whole message to my app. And now I extract only the content. Welcome to our conversation platform. I'm a friendly AI assistant, blah, blah, blah. And this is exactly here. So yeah, this is when you do not stream. You need to wait it for the answer to be formed completely before the server in which we are holding it locally send the final answer to us. This is my wrapper function. It will help me handle the history. This is just for Gradio purposes. These two functions are for Gradio purposes only. And Gradio allows me to create a chat interface rather quickly. Alright, this is Gradio doing its thing behind. Okay, I'm just going to chat. I'm Benz. Nice to meet you. 3, 4, 5. I would like to test if it can remember my name. I would like to test if it has some memory at all. Nice to meet you, Benz. It's great to have you here. Is there something on your mind that you would like to talk about or ask? I'm all ears. How about writing a poem, one stanza poem about jazz music, beer, and clear blue sky. Let's see. I'm wondering what it's doing. So right now, it's starting to create a poem for me. Here we go. Should be done rather quickly because it's only one stanza. There we go. It's done. This is my poem. As jazz notes soar like clouds above, a cold beer in my hand, I'm full of love. The clear blue sky, a perfect stage is set for the improvisations that my soul forgets. This is awesome. I like that. I might post it on my social media somewhere. Now, I want to ask, who am I? What's my name? This is the to test the ability of memorizing or having a memory to carry a conversation. It's taking way too long to answer. It remembers my name correctly. So this is good. So yes, you have seen an example that will basically talk to your local LLM and use chat completion, but you do not stream. And the pain point is that you need to wait for the answer to be formed fully before you can display it to a user, right? So that's not beautiful or quite attractive. So let's try to build another application, but now you enable streaming. The code is simple. You have done that before right here, but I'm going to show you how to do that so that you can interface with Gradio. Here we go. You same as the non-streaming application. By the way, we are in the streaming part. You defined your get completion. Now get completion is now set the stream to be true. That's the only difference between this main streaming and main non-streaming. Wrapper is still the same, but what needs to change is this helper function that the Gradio need. So when your streaming is set to be true, this completion is going to be iterative item. So you need to yield it. This is the way to yield it. So you get response here, you go into a for loop, and this for loop checks whether this is none or not. If it's none, it means that's the end of the message. You have received everything. You have your complete prompt and you should stop. And if it's not none, you extract token from it. You extract the information, the response from it, and you stack your answer one chunk at a time. And then you update. So this is to handle history for the Gradio printout purposes. There we go. I have that definition done. So I am ready to run my code. Yep. Here we go. Launching my interface. Okay, come down a little bit. Hello, I'm Benz. What are you? Here we go, it's streaming. When it's streaming, you're not going to see much from this log window printout. Or might take a while. Alright, so we are on the right path to our final our final goal of today. So this is it. It has answered to me. It knows that itself is Llama, AI system developed by Meta AI, that can understand and respond to human. Trying to be asking what brings you here today. Maybe I want help me plan. Well, hold on. I want to travel to NYC for 3 days and 2 nights. give me create an itinerary for me. Make it short. Essentially, you now have your Llama custom. Essentially, you now have your custom Llama 3 assistant. You can run it locally, and you can actually could send it off to someone else as well. And we are going to show it later. Here we go. Day 1, afternoon. Why afternoon? Maybe it assumes that I need to travel to New York City. Day 2 start with a hearty breakfast at Sarah Beth. By the way, I'm not sure if this is the actual store or actual cafe or not, so you need to fact checks on this. Maybe I'll ask that. Okay, day 3, 911 Memorial and Museum. Okay, here's hotel suggestions. It's not too bad for generating ideas of your travel plans. I'm not sure if this is a real hotel or not. Okay, let me just ask. Is Sarah Beth Cafe a real cafe? Did you make it up? Ross and Daughters Cafe is real. I've been there. Maybe my next NYC visit is going to be at Sarah Beth's Cafe. Who knows? Alright, I'm glad you asked. I did not entirely make Sarah Beth's Cafe up, but I must admit my previous recommendation was oversimplification. Actually, popular New York City-based food company that operates several cafes, bakeries. Alright, so at this point, I might just go to Google Map and actually look it up, but I'm not going to do it today. At any point, when you want to stop it, you can just click stop. Clicking clear button is not going to clear this guy. You need to write another function to reset the history. That's another question for another day. But what it does, perhaps, is doing it. Even though this window is clear, it doesn't mean that this history gets clear as well. Okay. My last thing to show you today is to adjust the system prompt. Remember, you have probably heard of Custom GPT that is available. It's a feature on ChatGPT when you subscribe to it. It's essentially nothing much. It just allows you to craft the system prompt before you start chatting. So let me just show you. Can I do that? Okay. This is my personal ChatGPT in which I have my custom GPT that helps me creating description for my YouTube videos. This is what you have seen. That's the result of my custom GPT. So if you go through the exercise of creating your own ChatGPT, you can either have, maybe I just quickly show you now. If you want to create one, you can create either by chatting with the GPT builder. You can chat what you want. It will help you refine what you need, and essentially, what it actually essentially is, it's actually filling out. It's a chat, but when it chats, it's filling out and updating these configurations. So this is actually the system prompt, right? So I'm just going to show you what my, okay, I need to just go to my GPT and edit. I made this by chatting with the GPT builder, and essentially this is it. It comes down to just system instruction or system prompt. So if you're good enough at building your own prompt, you don't need to use ChatGPT now anymore. You can come up with an effective system prompt and put it in your application. You can actually, when you have a system prompt, you can configure your system prompt over here. But I guess now you have to redo it all the time unless you save it to save your configuration, and in which I believe you can save it here. So similar to custom GPT on ChatGPT, you can do it now here with your locally hosted Llama 3. What you just need to do is craft your system prompt like this. So this is my system prompt. As a creative assistant, I'm here to help you craft compelling SEO optimized YouTube video descriptions that stand out. You will not help with other tasks, or I will not help with other tasks. And here is how we can start. Information gathering. I will ask a few questions to understand your video better, including title, content, target audience, blah blah blah. Content creation. Based on your answer, I will draft a description that describes the essence of your video, engages with your audience, and enhances discoverability. Review and refine. And this is my actual system prompt. I'm going to give it to my LLM Llama 3 that I'm hosting locally. So I executed this one, similar as before, executing my prompt completion. I don't need to do this. A wrapper and a conversation. Now so in the demo launch, I am going to set share to true, and this will create a URL link that I can send it to other people to test my bot. Here we go. Oops, one thing that is I made a mistake here is this one. The system prompt, I should have just copy. Hold on guys, my apologies. I will need to change it here. Basically here, this is my history, starting with the system prompt. Here we go. This is a public URL link. I can just can I copy and paste? I will copy it, paste it over here. Assume somebody else. I can start chatting with my bot. Okay, maybe this. Help me write a description for my YouTube video. I'm curious what's happening to the LM Studio server. So yeah, streaming response is active. First token generated, continuing to streaming the response. I'd be happy to help you craft a compelling description of your YouTube video. Get started. Wow, this is way too big. It's going to ask me these questions so that it knows enough information to craft the YouTube description that is optimized for SEO search. It's definitely slower than ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude using via API This is because I'm running the LLM locally, and I actually don't have GPU on my M1. That's the price to pay, but you know what? I don't pay anything except for the electricity. Alright, to get started, could you please provide some details about your video? Once I have information, blah blah blah. Okay. Well, the video that the live video that we are chatting right here, maybe I would just say build customer, how about build customer free custom GPT with Llama 3 on your laptop. How is it going to say? 6 seconds. Takes up quite a while, isn't it? Here we go. With that title, here is a possible description. Oh, didn't even ask me for improvement or anything, but perhaps I should be more clear about what I need. Maybe I will need its opinion before it has actually finalized everything. But if this is the title, this is a possible description. Unlock the power of AI. This is too generic. I will just skip this part. Build your own free custom GPT with Llama 3 on your laptop. In this video, we'll show you how to build a free custom GPT using Llama 3. Alright, I think I'm happy with the progress. While it's actually providing me with answer one step at a time, what you actually have done here today is this. You have seen, well, at least that's what I did. You have seen a way to build custom assistant with Llama 3 model. The first thing is you get LLM Studio working, you download the model that you want, and then you run your model locally. Basically open a local API, then you create a demo. Well, you can copy a code template from LLM Studio, and you can quickly come up with working apps, whether it's a streaming response or non-streaming. And essentially, with system prompt, you can now build your custom Llama 3 assistant. This is similar to what ChatGPT's My Custom GPT works, but now you have an ability to create that yourself with $0 for free. Alright, look at that. Oh, it's trying to be smart, but I guess this is a working structure that I can revise and improve before I actually put it on my YouTube channel. So to summarize, today you have known Llama 3 from Meta in more detail. It includes like what they offer, like they have 8 billion and 70 billion modeled. Both come with pre-training or base model and the instruction fine-tuner model. And you have a quick comparison between Llama 3 and 5.3. Both of them are actually downloadable in LLM Studio. So now you know how to set up LLM Studio. You can chat with it. You don't need to go to ChatGPT anymore. If it's only text-based application, you can host your local API. And you have seen a way to build a custom Llama 3 assistant similar to ChatGPT's My Custom GPT. Alright, I think you have seen a lot today, and seems like it's going to be very useful. You can now build your application locally for free using Llama 3 model or other open source model that will come later. It's my pleasure to give this live session to you all. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to our channel at Case Done by AI. We have social medias, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, and don't forget to comment and share it with your friends. Thank you very much. Have a good day.